Most of the time, the story ends the same way. The predator wins. But not today. What happens when a skunk turns a confident fox into a whimpering, dirt-rubbing mess? When a gazelle uses pure spectacle to break a cheetah's will mid-chase, and when an entire buffalo herd stops running and charges instead, you'll see all three in a few moments. Stay close. The first one gets very smelly, very fast. Just before we continue, we're new to YouTube, and we've just created this channel for wildlife enthusiasts like you. We need your support to keep moving forward. Consider subscribing to help us continue this adventure as long as possible. Here is what the predator assumes every single time. Most predators begin every hunt with the same expectation. They expect the animal they choose to run. Their hunting methods depend on it. A stalking predator waits for the right moment because it knows panic will send prey in a predictable direction. Ambushes succeed because frightened animals often make quick mistakes. Pack hunters spread out because fleeing prey struggles to escape several threats at once. But nature has spent millions of years shaping the prey as well. Instead of only becoming faster, many animals evolved completely different ways to survive. These defenses do not simply help them escape. They change the predator's decision before the hunt is finished. A skunk carries a chemical spray so powerful that one accurate blast can end a fox's attack immediately. A Thompson's gazelle performs stiff-legged jumps called stotting, showing a chasing cheetah that it still has energy left and may not be worth the effort. A buffalo herd stops acting like separate animals and moves together as one powerful force, making even lions think twice before attacking. These are very different defenses, but they share one important idea. None of them rely only on running away. Instead, they force the predator to rethink the hunt itself. In the next moments, each strategy shows how prey animals can change the outcome of a hunt. They survive not just through speed, but through intelligence, communication, and teamwork. Sometimes the greatest defense is making the predator decide that continuing the chase simply is not worth the risk. The red fox has been tracking this particular black and white shape through the undergrowth for 4 minutes. It is dusk, the light going soft and orange, the undergrowth casting long shadows that the fox moves through with the particular ease of an animal that hunts this hour every day. Its confidence is readable in the quality of its approach. It is not stalking the way it would stalk a rabbit, low, cautious, measuring each step. It is walking. The gap is closing because the fox believes the gap will close, because everything about its experience of this light and this terrain and this size of prey tells it that dinner is a pounce away. The skunk stops moving. This is the first signal, and the fox does not read it correctly. A prey animal that stops moving is supposed to be frozen by fear, paralyzed, which is the worst possible state for survival and the best possible state for a predator closing the final distance. The fox accelerates slightly. It is within striking range now, 3 meters, 2. From the fox's point of view, everything is going exactly according to plan. for about 1 more second. The skunk stamps its front feet. The fox hesitates for the first time. This is not behavior it has a clear category for. Prey animals do not stamp their feet at predators. They flee or they freeze. The stamping is a warning, and the fox's brain is processing what that warning means a fraction of a second too slowly. The tail goes up. The skunk does not spray forward. It rotates, a fast, precise pivot that brings its hindquarters toward the fox and positions the scent glands with the accuracy of an animal that has practiced this exact maneuver in the exact same way every time it has been necessary. The spray covers 2 meters in a concentrated stream aimed directly at the fox's face. The fox's reaction is immediate and total. It recoils backward, shaking its head violently, rubbing its face against the ground with the desperate energy of an animal trying to remove something that cannot be removed through friction. The smell, a sulfur-based compound so concentrated that direct facial contact causes temporary burning and disorientation, does not fade with movement. The fox carries it. It will carry it for days. The skunk walks away. Not quickly, not looking back. At the pace of an animal that has already concluded the encounter and is ready to move on to whatever comes next. The fox finally gives up and walks away. The skunk does not chase or fight again. One accurate spray ends the hunt completely. Far away on the savanna, another prey animal is about to stop a predator too, not with pain, but with a powerful message. The cheetah spots a lone Thompson's gazelle from about 80 meters away and explodes into motion. Everything about the hunt looks perfect. The wind is in the cheetah's favor. The gazelle has drifted far enough from the herd that no wall of running animals will get in the way. The cheetah lowers its head, stretches its body, and reaches incredible speed in only a few seconds. Dust flies behind its paws as it races across the dry ground. Ahead, the gazelle is already sprinting as fast as it can, its thin legs moving so quickly they almost disappear. The cheetah is the fastest land animal on Earth. Every second the distance grows smaller. 50 meters, 40, 30. From the cheetah's point of view, this hunt is almost over. Its body language says everything. The head stays locked on the target. Every stride reaches full extension. Huge amounts of energy are being burned with every step. A cheetah can only keep this pace for about 30 seconds before dangerous heat builds inside its body. It has committed to the chase and believes it will make contact within moments. Then, something unexpected happens. Instead of simply running harder, the gazelle suddenly launches high into the air. It does not leap away in panic. It makes a stiff-legged jump almost straight upward, lands smoothly, then bounces again while still moving forward. This strange display is called stotting. To human eyes, it almost looks like the gazelle has forgotten how to run. It looks strange. To the cheetah, it looks expensive. The cheetah slows down. The jumps do make the gazelle's path slightly less predictable, but that is not the real reason. Stotting sends a clear message. The gazelle is showing that it still has strength left. It is proving it can waste energy on high jumps, while the cheetah is already pushing its body to the limit. To the predator, the signal is simple. This chase is no longer worth finishing. The cheetah finally gives up. It stops in the settling dust, breathing heavily as the gazelle lands from one last jump and returns to a smooth, fast run. The hunt ends not because the cheetah was slower, but because the gazelle convinced it that the odds had changed. Without looking back, the gazelle disappears across the plain. The cheetah quickly turns its attention elsewhere, searching for easier prey. Survival on the African savanna is not only about speed. Sometimes the smartest move is knowing when to stop chasing. The lionesses have done everything correctly. They identified a young buffalo that had drifted slightly from the main herd during the confusion at the waterhole, close enough that the separation looked natural, far enough that closing the distance to the rest of the group would cost it critical seconds. Three lionesses have been working the approach for 15 minutes using the waterhole bank as cover, spreading their positions to eliminate the obvious escape angles. The young buffalo is standing still now, which means it has registered the threat, but has not yet chosen its direction. That moment of indecision is what the lionesses have been waiting for. Two of them begin closing. The third holds position to cover the retreat. What happens next does not come from the young buffalo. It comes from behind the lionesses. The herd has been watching, not with the paralyzed attention of prey frozen by a predator's presence, but with the active, alert processing of animals that live their entire lives alongside lions and have developed a specific collective response to exactly this situation. The adult bulls at the herd's edge have already formed up, shoulder to shoulder, heads lowering, bodies gathering into a dense wall of muscle and horn that begins to move before the lionesses have fully registered what is behind them. The charge covers 60 meters in under 6 seconds. The sound arrives before the visual, hooves on dry earth, the specific rumble of several tons of animal accelerating together, the snorting exhale of animals that have stopped being afraid and started being angry. The dust cloud that rises with them turns the scene into something from a different scale entirely. The lionesses scatter. The hunt has suddenly become a rescue mission for the lionesses. There is no coordinated retreat. Each one reads the incoming wall and makes the only sensible individual decision, which is to move away from it as fast as possible in whatever direction offers the most immediate cover. The young buffalo, released from the closing trap, runs directly toward the herd and is absorbed back into it within seconds. The bulls do not stop immediately when the lionesses clear. They push the chase for another 40 meters, making certain the retreat is real rather than a regroup, before slowing and turning back. The herd closes around the young buffalo. The snorting continues for several minutes. Not alarm exactly, but the residual energy of animals that have just made a decision together and are still running on what that decision required. The lionesses regroup at the tree line, watching from a distance. None of them are injured. The young buffalo is back in the herd. The hunt is over, and the predators that walked into that waterhole confident in their strategy are walking out of it carrying the information that this particular herd on this particular day did not follow the script. A skunk spray, a gazelle's stotting, and a buffalo herd's charge all prove the same lesson. Prey animals are not helpless. Over millions of years, they evolved defenses as powerful as predators evolved attacks. Survival is not just about escaping, it is about making predators decide the hunt is no longer worth the risk. In the wild, the predator does not always set the terms. Sometimes the prey does. If this is the kind of world you want to explore, subscribe now. We are just getting started. Which of these 3 moments surprised you the most? The skunk, the gazelle, or the buffalo herd? Let us know in the comments and tell us, if you were a prey animal, which defense would you want to have? If you wish to continue your discovery of wild animals, find another video on Wild World in the description.